Marvin, how do you assess that one today?
3 points, that's how I assess it. No, listen, it was probably a game of two halves in terms of performance for us. Fantastic goal from Gav from the free kick from Kieran putting it in, and in the second half, we showed real grit and determination to keep our first league clean sheet of the season. So listen, I'm absolutely delighted with them. I'm delighted with them because being on the run that we've been on has been tough for not only the players but everyone associated with the football club. And I said to the lads before the match, let's end this run today because in dark times, and whether it's in football or anything else in life, when you come out the other side, there's no better feeling, and that's a feeling they're feeling now.
Is it just a bit of relief in there tonight now that those 3 points are in the bag? Oh,
definitely relief. Because as I said, it's not easy to go on the run that we have been on. But one thing I'll say that we'll come out of that stronger. The players will come out of that mentally stronger. I'll come out as a better manager. Having kind of seen that, and hopefully this club never has to go through that again. But should that happen, I'll be in a better position to manage. I'm young and I'm finding my way in the game. So there'll be things that I've looked back at during that I can improve, and obviously as a team we can also improve. But ultimately that run stops with me regardless, and I'm just delighted for the players because they've ended that run today with their performance.
Even during that run, I'm sure you'll agree that performance at some point was better than it was today.
100%, and I think I said to you, Sandra, in one of the interviews that what's going to happen is that we're going to have a worse performance than we have after defeat, but we're going to win a game of football, and that's happened. And ultimately it's a game where you need to win, especially being on the run we had been on. So although I'd say performances have been better in terms of possession, I don't think we've defended better than that. Well, ultimately we haven't because we've not kept a clean sheet. So listen, the defensive side of that today and putting their bodies on the line, is there things we can improve on? 100%, and we'll go over that on Monday. The process doesn't change, but the overall delight is to get that win, and we've done that today.
And it was bodies on the line. I think at one point there was 3 on that back post.
Yeah, there was, and that's what it takes. not switching off. We spoke about first and second contacts, and sometimes third contacts, because they'll put crosses into the box and their long throws and the corners, etc. You have to stand up to it. Although I did say to the linesman a couple of times that the guy doing the long throws actually stands on the pitch. I just got told to shut up, so it was interesting. But no, listen, the lads put their bodies on the line, and then Gordon blocks one as well. It's fantastic, and that's what football's about, isn't it? It's not always going to be plain sailing, as we've realised over the last 5 or 6 weeks. But the important thing was to come through that, and especially in a derby, to win that game of football. Derbies are very rarely pretty.
You talked there about a clean sheet. The first one, Gordon, I guess that save at the end was obviously very crucial. It was
massively crucial, and as I said, we've spoken about bombardment and them, throwing things in the box. They missed the target with quite a lot of those things, because it means that we're in the right position, maybe not to win the contact, but we can put players off, and the players are doing that. So Gordon's concentration was tested today, and when it was called upon, he pulls off that save, and as I said, that's ultimately worth 2 points for us, because that falls in the back of the net. All of a sudden, it becomes a draw. So no, listen, a fantastic save from Gordon, right at the end of the game. But Gav could have made it easier for us, couldn't he? But I'll let him off. He scored one for us today after coming off the injury treatment table, so massive respect to Gav as well.
He did, and he could have certainly had a second.
Yeah, I think the second one was easier. I had to try and remain composed on the side. I couldn't believe he missed it, to be honest. A fantastic build-up play to it. Fergie reverses the ball, Houston makes a fantastic run and puts the cross in there, and you're just waiting for the net to bulge, and then I saw it hit the back wall and then ricochet out. So I was like, right, I don't know what's happened there. But listen, Gavin's always in those positions. Strikers are going to miss chances, and that's when he's relying upon the defenders to maybe dig him out of a little bit of a hole. Although he's given us the goal in the game, he needs them to go and do their job, and they did that today. It's a team game, and listen, I'm so proud of every single one of them because they showed a different side today. As I said, that grit and determination, I love to see that in teams, and the boys definitely showed that today.
You had a few back on the bench. Gavin was obviously starting. A few back on the bench today as well, but one downside is Jack Brydon. Yeah,
firstly, speaking on the positives of having the players back, it's the first time this season going into a game. Obviously, Regan's out for the season, and Kyle is unfortunately injured as well, but he should be back soon. And you really saw the strength and depth of the squad. For the first time this season, any 5 of those players who came on were going to give us something. All quality players. So it's brilliant to see that. But it's taken us 10 league games to get there, but we've got there. And like you said, we lose Jack in the first half to an ankle injury. He says he blocks a shot, and then as he goes to put that foot back down, he kind of rolls over the ankle. So we're hoping there's not a break there. He's now, getting it scanned. So we'll see exactly where we are with that at some point this evening. But it's hard. It's hard because Jack's had obviously the layoff with the hamstring, and then you don't want him to have another layoff with an ankle injury. But hopefully it'll be good news for us.
it is the start of the second quarter. To get off to a winning start, it's a case of just keep building on that now.
Yeah, it is. It is definitely about keep building on that. I'll let the players enjoy today's win and the fans as well, because it gives them the bragging rights again. But my job, is now to look forward to next week. And we've always started speaking about that in there with the coaching staff, and the process doesn't change for me, Sandra. Win, lose or draw, I'll go home. I'll do what I always do. I'll look over the game. We'll come in Monday. We'll re-watch things that we could have done better and things we did well, and then it's full steam ahead to next Saturday.
It's 2 home games that are coming up now, and you really want to start turning that home form around.
Yeah, we just want to win the next game. Home or away, we want to win the next game. And if you want to achieve something in football, then you need to win games of football, don't you? So this is the start. Brilliant. We can only control the next game now, and control what we do in training this week, and we'll build up to next Saturday. And then it's about getting a positive result in that game.